Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I'm speaking with Martian Man. He's got a brand new record out. It's called The Day I Became Sacred Again, and I'm so excited to talk to him all about it. Thank you for being here. How are you doing today? How was your day?
Thank you for having me. I'm great. I'm good. I can't complain. Today's a new day.
Hell yeah, man. Love to hear that. Listen, I want to hop right into this record because if anyone thinks this is just going to be a standard hip hop record, it is the complete opposite. You've infused so many subgenres into this thing, and honestly, for me, I feel like the album experience is such a lost art nowadays, where it's like, hey, everyone, listen to this single. That's all I got. But no, you really put together a full record that is listenable from start to finish, and you should be so proud of
Thank
yourself.
thank you.
You're very welcome. Listen, I guess I just want to kick it off and be like, what inspired the making of it? As simple as that.
I would say the what inspired the whole the body of work was my life. I would say my life first. Just going through the trials and tribulations of just a personal enclosed life of learning new things, whether it's knowledge, whether it's heartbreak, whether it's like finding yourself again. All those things came together to make this body of work. And then, a little inspiration on the side from other idols that,
Yeah,
I'm fond
always.
of. Yes.
Of course. And, I would recommend for anyone who's going to listen to this, listen with a nice pair of headphones because the production on
Yes.
this is killer. Like, there's so many subtleties you might miss out on otherwise that it's like,
Yes.
I don't know, man, just the way that it's mixed and the way that everything kind of pops. Like, again, it's not your classic hip hop record. There's so much soul
Thank you.
influence and there's poppiness. It's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about like the blueprint of making this thing. Like, what was the vision going into it before you're like, I think I want to make an album?
So the vision was that I wanted to give off just being me, being raw
Yeah.
and uncensored, unfiltered, because we have a lot of, sometimes we have a lot of just putting on performances or wearing masks all the time and not showing our real self. So
Yeah.
it was an opportunity to like while I'm on this journey, my personal journey myself, why not write about it, but in the way I want to write about it and get others to, tune in because you never know. Sometimes people have the same journey you going through. They just need to hear it so they can feel more confident in growing their self. So that was the journey at first. And then felt like when I wrote I would say my third song to the album, I would say then it turned into like, oh yeah, I want this to be a project because it's like my personal diary. So that's what
Yeah.
I
No,
call it basically,
completely.
not a project. Yeah, I would say it's not a project to me. It's like a diary that I'm giving other people. So
No, that's kind of the best way to put it. The thing that I took from it listening was like, it's deeply personal. You know what I mean? You're not making
yes.
up these stories just for the hell of making an album. There's no
Yeah.
real like filler songs just to fill a track list, you know what I mean? And it's a
Yeah.
longer album too. It's not like a, 7 or 8 songs. You got a full track list here. You have a lot to say, and I feel like the most important thing for me at least is the lyrics. It's listening to the words, making a connection with an artist that I don't know you, you don't know me, but this
Right.
album is kind of a snapshot into getting to know you as a person. And anyone that's going to enjoy the record is going to follow you because they like you and also because the music makes them feel good. And that's kind of what you've done here.
Exactly. Thank
That's
you.
so, no, you're very welcome. And I mean, yeah, obviously we have to talk about the genres here, like the
Mhm.
influence and all that stuff. It's rooted in hip hop. I'll say it a million times, but what sort of, like special sauce did you put on it? Like what were you listening to at the time? Tell me a little bit more about that decision.
So at that time, I was listening to Miss Education of Lauryn Hill, of
Of
course, one of
course.
my biggest inspirations.
Classic.
Um, I found, right, it's a classic, but
Yeah.
I found out that I found more of like the stripness that she did away from like the album and how she just made it seem like not just a story behind it, but also how people perceived her and how she could turn the story around was a great idea though too. Especially with the in and outs of like the classroom, in the classrooms and stuff. That was a brilliant idea. I would say with the production, I always wanted to be more of like polished, but not too polished. Something that's real raw. So Janet Jackson, for instance,
Of
or like Rhythm
course.
Nation, or All for
Yeah.
You. And I would say Pharrell, even from the
Oh
end of the
yeah.
album, yeah, the end of that album, you can hear like my Pharrell influence on it as well too. Big inspiration. So yeah, definitely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And listen, the hardest part about making music and then having inspirations is not copying those inspirations. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because then you have so
yes,
many people on social media being like this is great, but
right,
also this is a straight Jackson ripoff.
right,
That is not what this is at all, at
right,
all. Obviously, how can anyone make music in 2026 and not listen to other music? You know what I mean? Like
right.
we've never had more music at our disposal than we do right now. So
Of course.
the no, but the difficult part on an artist end and specifically your end is how do I pay homage to these people all the while trying to do something original and being myself? Like,
Yes.
did you ever feel that you got into the situation of like, oh, this sounds too much like something else?
Definitely. I would say it's always those times, those instances where you just have like, wait a minute, this sound a little bit too. I think artists catch on before
Yeah.
the audience catch on. And sometimes
Oh,
artists
yeah.
make that mistake. Yeah, they make that mistake of like, oh, I'm just put it out anyway. But sometimes you don't want to sound like anybody else, no matter how big that person is or how big of an idol that is to you. You always want to sound
Yep.
like yourself. And I just felt like that. Um, Making okay, for instance, making take Tango Take Two, that was inspired by Lauryn Hill. But
Yeah.
I didn't want to make it like a Lauryn Hill song because
Right.
it's something that's deeply for me and for the audience to understand me as well too. Not just to rip off somebody that I look up to. So definitely, definitely.
No, I hear that 100%. I also think it just shows that you care, which is the
Yes.
most important thing. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
I People try to rush things and they're like, "Oh, I have due dates. I got to put this out," and
Oh,
whatever. They won't notice. No, man,
yes.
you care, and like at the
Yeah.
end of the day, your
Thank
name is on the thing.
you. Yup.
So it fully reflects on you, which honestly kind of brings me to the next thing is like you operate as a solo artist, at least by the name, but do you have any
Uh,
help on the back end, like in terms of the production or just
I would
any of
say
that stuff?
I would say with the production, of course, I always go to the studio with my engineer and mixer, Davo.
Hell
He
yeah.
helped me with everything. I let everybody, my best friend came with me on certain songs, just to sit down and hear them. But I always let people that come inside the studio, or like my producer, Davo, let them have more of criticism on the songs as well
Sure.
too, because you never know. Sometimes you never know how you sound or what can change the song as well too. And that little criticism can go a big way for you. So it's
Oh,
always
yeah.
those two. Other than that, I say I love writing myself.
Of
Love writing
course.
myself and love just like putting the melodies together and making sure that everything is like up to par. So
I
definitely.
completely agree. I think having a producer that you trust is the most underrated
Yes.
thing in music because unfortunately there's too many people out there that just tell you yes and they don't really
Yes,
care about the realities of it. They're just,
for
they're
sure.
doing their job, but they're also just like, let's get this over with. But if you have someone
Right.
in your life on the production end that you legitimately trust, and not only like that, but it's kind of the other half of your brain that you can't access for the
Yes.
instrumentation and putting things together, you hold that person as close as you possibly can. You
Agreed.
don't let them
Agreed.
go. If you vibe on the sound, that's it. Like you found that
Yes.
person. So good for you for finding them, and obviously
Thank you.
the end result worked out pretty damn nicely.
Uh,
What was I gonna say? So yeah, I guess in terms of the sound and stuff like that, how does your actual process work? Like what comes first? Is it always lyrics or is a beat given to you? Like, I don't know, or does it change?
So I would say sometimes the beat is given to me, whether it's email or I reach out to people, or sometimes that I would hear for instance, I don't have a problem using YouTube beats and asking people can
Yeah,
I borrow or buy this beat from them, because
that's why they're
sometimes
there.
it's about right, and sometimes it's about just helping another person as well too on that journey as well
Yeah.
too. You never know how hard they worked on that beat and how
Yep.
hard you can help them with that beat by putting your lyrics on there. So I would say the beat always come first, and then I always try to get a topic that I want to talk about as well too. And if I can't get a topic, I just right off the dome, and then whatever line sticks to me, I'm like, okay, this is a topic that I want to talk about. Let's make sure that
Well,
we ace it. So yeah,
I love the honesty here. You know what I'm
thank
saying?
you.
Like, I think, well, listen, I mean, you have to assume that 99% of the casual music listeners, they don't care
Mhm.
how their music is made. They're just scrolling on their
No.
phones, checking out playlists and whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Yes.
or someone sends them music, but they don't ever actually think about process of music being made. They just consume it, you know?
Yes.
So it's like
Yes.
you being like, hey, I'm not capable of doing this specific thing. I'm gonna
No,
reach
for
out for
sure.
help. Dude,
Say it
that's
again.
the like you reaching out to people or buying beats or whatever it is, like it's selfless because you're supporting
Yes.
another artist, but also you think that you could use that to better yourself. And it's kind of a
Yes.
match made. I just respect it because a lot of people
Thank.
just, you're not able to do everything. No one is.
No,
So
do
I get
not.
it. I get it. Um, on this album, do you think there was maybe one or two songs that you found the most difficult to finish up for whatever reason? Any like complications?
I would say step on my toes. Step on my toes was very difficult for me to complete. I caught myself like choking up and crying because
Okay.
at that instant, at that time, I was going through
Yeah,
something. So it
sure.
was just like when I went, and it was so funny because I had a studio time at that on that day that something bad happened. So it was just like, dang, how do I go in here and how do I actually, record this song? And
Yeah.
I caught myself choking up. I had to go to the bathroom like 2 times or three
Oh shit.
times, catch myself, and be like, okay, alrighty, let's get past this so we can move on. It's like life. Get
It
past this so
is.
we
It
can move on
is.
to the next. And that's what it was. It was just like it's life. And I took that lesson and put it in my life. Like, okay, this is what we gotta do. It's right here. Next it's move on to the next to get this done. You be all good. So
Dude,
yeah.
I love that. Just because you're doing something fun like making music doesn't mean your emotions don't get involved at the same time.
Agreed.
We're all human at the end of the day, and it
Yes.
goes back to like, yeah, this music is deeply personal. It's about your life and it's about everything. And like, okay, no one has heard these songs more than you have. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
if you're reliving whatever trauma you went through 100 times trying to get the take right, yeah, you're gonna feel something. And that's just part
Yeah,
of it.
all right.
So yeah, I get it completely. Um, have you had the opportunity to play any of these songs live? Like, is that something you've done or
Um,
want to do?
So I would say it's something that I want to do. I didn't do it yet. I supposed
Cool.
to have I would say an intimate little gathering to do
Sweet.
this for an album, for an album listening. But other than that, I am preparing to like, make my rounds, whether it's
Hell
around
yeah.
town or whether it's in other cities as well too. I'm preparing that right now. Just
Nice.
under construction. So
All
yeah.
right. No, dude, I love it. I mean, these songs deserve to be heard live, but like
Yeah.
hypothetically, is there a song that you're looking for to perform the most?
Oh yes, I would say the most excited song. I mean, song that I'm most excited to perform. I would say Ego, Summertime Fine, and I love Tango. I feel like Tango is more like I don't know why, just like let me hear everybody scream. Let me hear everybody scream.
Yeah,
So
no,
yeah.
listen. Well, okay. I mean, I love a lot of things about this record, but the thing that I like
Um,
is like every single song is slightly different in tone. Like, okay, I find the best part of a concert is like kind of riding the wave of like
yes.
banger energy song, bring it down for a moment. Banger
Yes.
energy, bring it down a little bit. hit him even harder at the top. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If you craft a set list that is front loaded with your best, most, I guess, energetic songs, and then you finish the show off with, you like crying into the microphone, like everyone had a bad time. But it's balancing the
Right.
energy. And but no, but I find that this record does that really nicely. It just has a
Thank you.
really it has a great flow to it. I think track listing and choosing which goes where and all that stuff is so important to the experience of listening to a record.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But
I take
also
that very
like,
seriously.
yeah, but no, but like your music as a whole, it it shows a lot of sides to itself. It's very versatile in the sense that, like, yeah, it's not just all upbeat fun, it's very real. And maybe the song is more upbeat, but if you listen to the lyrics, like, it's about you and your struggles in life. So I don't
Yes.
know, it's not a question, it's more just like, I like what you're doing. So
Thank you. I
you're
appreciate you.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Let's see. Okay, so hey, we're almost at the halfway point of this year. What is the rest of this year looking like for you?
Oh, I would say more of just like reaching out and branching out. I started back over as an artist because I wasn't Martian
Yeah,
Man at first. So I was Swish Da God
yep,
before this. So just starting back over, it's like a full circle moment. Like just starting over in life and then growing and feeling like this different you. It felt like this like I'm a different person as Martian Man as well too. So just branching out to whether it's other artists branching out to other cities and performing there. Just making sure that I keep the momentum, not just for the album, but to know that my life is a story, and I'm always here to be vulnerable to share my story as well too. Maybe not a lot. But
yeah,
enough to understand me and understand where my journey is going to, and then I'm on to other and I'm on to other endeavors as well too. I'm just keeping them real low right now. So
yeah,
yeah.
man. Hey, listen, I don't expect you to say everything. Sometimes a surprise is
Yeah.
nice in life. So I completely get. Listen, I mean, yeah, you've obviously released a record, so the first half of the year has been great. And whatever happens, it's kind of the
Yes.
cherry on top for the rest of the year. I'm excited to see where it goes, though. Like this
Thank you.
journey, like when the music is good, it's a journey worth following, and I'm excited
Of
for
course.
just whatever the future holds, man.
Yes.
I have a couple more questions for you.
I'm
I
here.
want to know, yeah, of course. I want to know, like, obviously you've listed your influences, but I don't think you really said a lot of more modern artists. I mean, obviously Pharrell is
Yeah.
modern, but he
Yes.
hasn't peaked, but he's back,
Right.
in 2000s. Who nowadays has really inspired you? Are there even any records that you've enjoyed this year that you're like, ooh, I might want to do something similar in the future?
I would say more of I love Raven Lene. Her
Oh, yes, yes,
she's very good. Olivia Dean,
of course.
Ray.
Yes.
Um
Okay. Wow, you have
I would say
fantastic taste.
yes.
I'm not
I
surprised,
was
but yeah.
right. I would say more of like I listen to a lot of people. I would say they my top three. I'll put Chloe in there as well too. Chloe
Okay.
Bailey, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Very, very it's just very more of like in tune of just not like you said, not just beats, but lyrics as well too, and then more in tune with like what they want to do in their music as well. So and they captivate me a lot. I would say yeah, every album not gonna sound the same. So that's one thing I do want to say.
Of
Every album will
course.
not sound the same. So
No, but listen, that's the fun part of being an independent artist is you can do whatever the hell you want and no one can tell
right.
you no. If you're not feeling whatever you're
Thank you.
feeling, then just do something else because at the end of the day, no one is putting as much time, energy, and money into making the album as you are. If you're
Hello.
not making the music that you wouldn't want to listen to in the car, then why are you doing this in the first place? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
Yes.
yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm excited for the future. You can do whatever you
Thank
want.
you.
I'm excited to hear it. Um, well, listen, my last question for you here is basically like for anyone that's being introduced to you, maybe through this interview or just listening to your music for the first time,
Mhm.
what opening message do you have to say to them before they click the play button?
I would say trust your journey. keep on going. I would say just
Okay.
keep on going. No matter the bad times, good times, the in betweens. Just know that journey has a in meet that you will want. So yeah, keep on
Hell
going.
yeah. Fantastic answer.
Thank you.
This was great. But before we wrap up, please let me plug your music for you one more time. So for everyone out there, if you're listening or watching or however you're consuming this, if you didn't know by now, speaking with Martian Man, the record is called The Day I Became Sacred Again. As always, we will have the links everywhere so that you can listen, share, follow along, stay tuned for everything else. I'm excited for the future, and I think anyone that listens to this record is going to feel the same. I
Yes.
thank you so much for taking the time. This was fantastic.
Always. Thank you. It was fantastic meeting you and being here
Yeah,
with you. I
man.
love the
I'm
questions and all.
truly so happy we could do this. I'm glad we could make it
Yes.
work. Um, hey, I hope to speak soon. I hope you have an amazing rest of your night.
Definitely. We'll keep in touch.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Definitely. All right, take care. Talk later.
All right, you too.
See
See
ya.
you.